Hello, this is Christopher West, author and teacher of St. John Paul II's Theology of the Body. And although I have been traveling the world since the 1990s, sharing this gloriously liberating vision of life and love, I have never made it to South Africa. But that is about to change. I am coming to South Africa this September 2017 to share with you the glorious riches that John Paul II gave us in his Theology of the Body. For such a time as this, a world immersed in a sea of sexual confusion and gender chaos, for such a time as this have we been given this prophetic, gloriously liberating vision of what it means that we are male and female, made in the image and likeness of God. I encourage you to click the link below to learn about all the events I will be doing in South Africa this September. But right now, I want to speak specifically to religious and clergy about an event I am doing in 3 locations called Sexuality and Celibacy. Now, you may be asking yourself the question, I'm a married man. What can a married man possibly say about celibacy for the kingdom and this calling of the Lord? Well, are you not often asked as celibates, what do you have to say about marriage? Scripture shows us, and Christ himself demonstrates, that the vocations of marriage and celibacy are much more intimately intertwined than we tend to think. Indeed, the foundation for both of them is the truth and glory and beauty of God's plan for making us male and female and giving us that deep ache and longing for love called eros. Scripture begins with the marriage of man and woman, but it ends with the eternal, glorious, virginal reality of the marriage of Christ and the church. The whole purpose of our creation as male and female, as John Paul and the greatest saints of our tradition unfold, the whole purpose of human sexuality is to launch us like a rocket to the eternal union of Christ and the church. Some choose celibacy, Christ says, for the sake of this eternal union. This means celibacy is in no way a repression of human sexuality and erotic longing, properly lived as the wise virgins in the Gospels proclaim, those wise virgins with their lamps lit on fire. Celibacy properly lived launches erotic desire and human sexuality towards the stars, towards the infinite, towards our destiny of the marriage of Christ and the church. Speaking of wise virgins, here's one of my favorites, Teresa of Avila. This is a woman whose virginity was on fire. This is not a woman repressed in her sexuality and her erotic longing. This is a woman whose sexuality and erotic longing, in the most sacred, beautiful way imaginable, is aimed at the marriage of the Lamb. September 7th, I will be in Johannesburg, September 8th in Pretoria, and September 12th in Cape Town, proclaiming the glorious vision of sexuality and celibacy as the church really believes and understands and upholds to the world. Do not miss it.